Hello and welcome. This is another edition of All for the Culture podcast and YouTube show. Today our special guest is a producer, a DJ, and a rapper. He has a lot of buzz and a strong presence here in Texas because of hits like, I Just Pulled Off the Lie and things like that. Today our guest is none other than DJ EXO, like the drug.
What's up with it?
Now, man, how you doing, man? How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, feeling good on this Henny.
Hot out there though, right, man? It's hot, man. People don't know how hot it be here in Houston, man.
Houston hot as hell.
It should be too hot. So we like to start from the very beginning. We like to get to know the artist. So tell me about, your early life, where you were born, where you grew up, what side of town. Were you always living in Houston, or did you live somewhere else prior?
I lived in Houston my whole life, but man, it was hard. Like me growing up, it was hard. Like I come from, the southwest side area, like Beach Nut, Willcrest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the A-Leaf area.
Yeah.
You know how it is coming up with, nothing.
Sure.
Really struggling. Like I lived in shelters.
Yeah.
All that.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay. With my mother. You know what I'm saying? I really turned my life from.
So talk about how you feel that molded you, going through that.
It turned me into who I am today. You know what I'm saying? I'm very hardworking. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody that work harder than me. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many people in the city that want it more than me. But that's because I'm really the kid that they talk about in their songs. You feel me? It's a difference when you the rapper or when you the person that the rapper talking about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go out, I wasn't out shooting niggas, but how they talk about, how they try to make it seem like they really from the hood and we was really struggling, we didn't really have, that's really me.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Like it not most of the time it don't be really them, it really be a brother or another family member that really went through that. You feel me?
Okay. So you talked about your mother. What kind of parent was she? What kind of relationship did you and your mother have?
Well, me and my mother, we close. You know what I'm saying? She was a single mother. She did everything on her own, 4 kids, but you know what I'm saying? We're like best friends, and she's very, very, very strong,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you being involved in so many aspects of the culture, right? The DJing, the rapping, and the producing. Yeah. That tells me already that you love the culture. So what I want to know is like, what drew you to the culture? Do you remember the first rap song you heard, and who were your early influences? Who did you listen to growing up?
Honestly, man, that's a crazy question. Like I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 88, so we grew up listening to like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
We grew up, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne was like in my era, like where I grew up at, Lil Wayne was like our greatest rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether he is or not, but that was, you know what I'm saying? We was walking around with cargo shorts. Yeah. With the fucking, you know what I'm saying? We changed our whole style after a while. You know what I'm saying? Because of Lil Wayne.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? So
that's who you grew up. That's who you grew up listening to. Do you remember the first rap song you heard though?
The first rap song, that's hard. I honestly, it probably was Yin Yang Twins or something. I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's hard to really.
What age did you start getting into music?
I mean, I've been playing the drums since I was 4 years old.
Oh, okay. Were you in band in school at all?
Yeah.
Or anything like that?
Yeah.
You were in band?
I was in band. I did everything. Yeah, I played snare drum. I played almost every percussion instrument there probably is.
Me too.
Yeah. See, I was on that percussion side, man. Yeah.
That's what helps with the beats, I think, right? Like making the beats, it gives you like a little bit of an edge.
Your rhythm, yeah. Like that's why certain producers are stronger in like the drum area, or it's some producers that their drums aren't really that good, but their music is really good. Like I'm gonna tell you somebody that's really good with percussion, like Timberland.
Yeah. Okay.
You listen to his drum. Everybody always talk about his drums, or always how he uses his voice and all them little sounds and shit. Dr. Dre is another one. You know what I'm saying? All them dudes, they specialized in drums. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to they knew more about drums than everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think Why do you think that is, and why do you think that drives hip hop? Why do you think the drums are what drive? What do you think the drums are what drive everything?
It's the feeling. It's the beat. It's, you know what I'm saying. It's mostly the feeling. Like, people move to what feel good. You know what I'm saying. Depending on how it feels, it's gonna depend on what it makes you do. You know.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy that you say that, because I'm thinking about like how in a club, right? How was this match hit by Dr. Dre, and the drums were crazy in that. If you think about the drums, the drum cadence in that was really crazy. So, you ended, from what I understood, you started DJing first before you did anything else, right?
Well, no, actually, I started producing first.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was producing first. Now I sucked, but I was making
What age
30
were you?
beats a day. So I started at probably like 19.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 19, 20, something like that. I couldn't even drink yet.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we was drinking anyways, probably, but technically I couldn't even drink it.
I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
But I started producing first. I was making like 30 beats a day. I was like, I felt like I was gonna be the greatest. I thought everything I made was dope. But how I end up getting into the everything else, man, is I end up learning how to DJ. But I just wanted to learn. Like, I'm the type of person, you know what I'm saying? I feel like all that stuff coincides with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to learn how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to DJ. And then when I learned how to DJ, that's what I was doing. I was producing and DJing for a really, really long time. About 6.5 years in, 7 years is when I, you know what I'm saying, started making music.
Okay.
Like, as far as songs.
Okay.
Like, as far as me being like the main artist, is this my song.
Yeah.
But I only really started doing that is because, you know, people kept telling me, man, you need to start making music, man. Your shit, like, you making all this jamming shit, your shit is way harder than everybody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? So at first, I kept telling no. I was fighting it for a really, really long time. And then, you know what I'm saying, my homie was just like, man, just make one song. And if nothing happened with it, then you don't have to never do no rapping ever again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And shit, I made one song and that bitch hit the radio.
Okay.
My first song, that bitch hit the radio and that whole started taking off. And then Off the Lot came. It was a record called How We Do.
Okay.
I started getting like 2 spins a day on the radio, like every day. It was like, it was building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, we hearing it like 5 o'clock traffic.
Yeah.
It's fucking me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting all these tweets and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And my people just like, we like, oh shit, bitch, we on the radio.
That was a crazy feeling.
It was fucking crazy. Because you gotta think, before then, shit, I might have made one song ever.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that shit started happening, start going. Then next thing you know what I'm saying, I look up, shit, I make a couple more songs. I was like, fuck it. I drop a mixtape called Exo Like the Drug. And I swear to God, maybe 3 months later, maybe 3.5 months later, nigga, Off the Lot, all of a sudden, they found out about Off the Lot. And they was like, whose song is this? And they was like, man, that's EXO. That's another song he made. And next thing you know, they was like, man, fuck this shit. We're playing this one. And they stopped playing How We Do. And they added Off the Lot, full rotation. Okay. And shit, it's 2 years later, nigga, and shit, that whole changed my life.
Okay. But what year Off the Lot came out?
Like 2 years ago.
Off the Lot came out 2 years ago?
Yes.
They still playing it.
Yep.
Dang. Oh, wow. Dang.
They're still playing it. Like, I just heard Off the Lot on the radio like a day ago.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm not a big radio guy, like all the time.
I don't listen to it a lot.
But I hear it too, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's why 2 years. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that was 2 years. You said you started producing first. So what I want to ask you about that is, like, when you started producing, were you like, what did you use? Were you more like the old school, using the MPC, using the actual keyboards, or did you do more the Fruity Loops type, where you use like the computer and the more new school type of way of producing?
I use everything. Like, you could put, you know what I'm saying, just about everything in front of me, like from Regions, from Logic, you know what I'm saying, from all this shit. There's maybe 1 or 2 programs that I don't know, you know what I'm saying, or don't use enough to really get anything done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I started off on Fruity Loops, and I started off on Regions, and I was using the beat machine, the MPC, with Regions.
Yeah.
That's how I originally started. I was going back and forth out them two programs, and I was making music, and then I stopped using Regions, and I just started using Fruity Loops by itself. And I was using Fruity Loops for a long time, and then I started using this program called Machine. And I was using Machine with the keyboards and shit. Like but of course I graduated to the keyboards and shit because after a while, like you know what I'm saying, you got to go to the next level. You got to be able to get musical and really, you know what I'm saying, take your stuff to the next level. So
I like that. I like that you used the keyboards, because I'm from that era of when, like, you know, you hear the Timbalands and the Neptunes and all them, and they sitting there with the keyboard, using the keyboard and stuff like that. So I like to hear producers that are more, their fingers are making the beats, not them just sitting there pushing the buttons on the computer. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like it better. It just, I feel like it gives it more natural, better feel. So as a producer, are you one of them types of producers like Dr. Dre, where he will, like, you know, guide you or tell you, you know, rap it this way, or, you know, I think you should deliver it this way? Or do you kind of just make the beat and let the artist and get out the way? Or do you kind of help mold?
I'm a hit maker, bro. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make the record a hit record. Yeah. If I have to tell you that, nah, that's not working, bro, we need to do this, or we gotta try it, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Some people like working with me because I am that way. You know, and then you still have some people that it's harder for them to work with somebody like me because, you know, they're not used to working with somebody that's on their way to being a great. Like, some people can't work with a Dr. Dre. Some people can't work with a Timbaland. You know what I'm saying? They can work with them if they're already at the top, because they just like, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna kiss his ass just because who he is. But somebody that just have that talent, if they just have that talent and it's just somebody, they can't do it because, I don't know, it's just something about people. Some people just are stubborn and just, I'm sorry. No, you good. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. But yeah, I'm more of a Dr. Dre, more of a somebody that's gonna. You do, like, give your input. Yeah, like, I'll walk in that bitch and do it. I'll walk in that bitch and do it. Come back out and let you follow me if we gotta fucking do that to make the shit work. Okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, when you're building a beat from scratch, like, what do you start with, and then, like, explain that process. Like, what do you start with? And the music. Do you start with the drums first, and then the? I start with the music. Okay. I start with the feel. Okay. I start with whatever, pianos, whatever. I create a feeling, and then I put the drums in. But when I put the drums in, I break it down. Like I might create the whole beat, all the music. I'm talking about strings, sound effects, everything. I might create it all. But then when I do the drums, I might take everything out except for like two sounds, and then I'll create the drums around it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll kind of just build it up. I mean, you would have to come in the lab and watch me and see how I do it. You know what I'm saying? It's very creative. It's different. I'd love to. That'd be dope. It's different, you know. So what artists have you produced for in the rap game? A lot of people. I produced for Trina, 2 Chainz, probably 2 Chainz. I got a crazy record with The Game. Really? Oh, wow. I got who else? Let me see. Of course, everybody from Texas. Yeah. Like the Slims and all them. But as far as people outside of Texas, yeah. Young Dolph. Okay. All right. Trina, 2 Chainz, Ross. Those are probably like the 6 or 7 big names that I probably work. Well, as far as like when we talking about like big names, yeah.
Yeah.
Those was probably like the big name. Now I did stuff with like Johnny Cinco, and you know what I'm saying, the cats that's like right
Still
under there,
coming
that's
up.
bubbling, that still got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers. But like big names like that people will know, like Game, 2 Chainz, people like that. Those are like the big like 7 names I worked with.
May I ask you, were you in the studio with them, or did you just send them beats and stuff? Or
Some
like,
I was and some I wasn't.
Okay.
Like Trina I was. 2 Chainz, they sent it over to him.
Okay.
The Game, it was sent to him. I even got a record with Gilly the Kid.
Okay.
Sent to him.
Yeah.
But that was sent to him and he did it. And then sent it back. So I mean I got a lot of shit. Most of them were sent to, but a couple people I got a chance to actually be there.
Okay. So I mean, what drew you to producing before rapping and before DJing?
I mean, I was halfway doing it my whole life. Like I was already building up to doing something like that my whole life. That's why the football faded away. Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying, the music is really what I was supposed to be doing. I've been doing it since I was 4. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like something stealthed me over and I started kind of playing football, but it was like, if something meant for you, it don't matter how much you try to veer from it, you're going to come back to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We'll step away from the music for a second and get back to that because you mentioned the football. You played semi-pro football. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that your quarterback was someone that we had on the show, Angelo Dorsey. Mm-hmm. Talk about you playing football and why that ended up not working out and how you changed, transferred and.
I just stopped. Like I had injured my leg. You know what I'm saying? When I injured my leg, I kind of stopped. You know what I'm saying? I played at Ohio State for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've had opportunities to go play like overseas and different stuff like that. Yeah. I would probably be in the league if I would have never got injured. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them guys where I was a scorer. You know what I'm saying? I was a deep threat and I was really, really, really fast. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got the ball and it was just somebody in front of me, you're not gonna be. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Man,
just go play for the
Texans.
Now,
if it was multiple,
please.
Well, I mean,
go please.
I wouldn't be able to really be effective now. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm not. We need that shit bad.
But we definitely need somebody. But yeah, you know, there was a time where, you know what I'm saying, I was really, you know, on that level and I was really good. You know. That's
crazy because I was the same way with soccer. Yeah. I got offers to play overseas and shit like that before I was in the wheelchair. I got offers to play overseas and things like that with soccer. So it's kind of the exact same scenario. So let me ask you something that while I was doing the research for the interview, this question popped in my head, and so being a producer, then you became a DJ next, or no? You said producer, rapper, and then you became a DJ.
First I was producing, then I taught myself how to DJ.
Okay. And why did you want to learn how to DJ?
Because I just felt like it was something I needed to know. I felt like it went with the music, and then I was trying to create something that's never been done before. Like, I'm the first of my kind.
Yes, I feel. I haven't met too many that are like a triple threat with all 3.
There's nobody. Yeah. I mean, the closest person from Texas is Travis, because he produced and he rapped. But Travis is not a DJ that's getting booked at clubs and breaking his own music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Also. Now, I'm pretty sure Travis know how to probably work the program and shit like that, too. You know, from just being around that shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first of my kind. The difference between me and Travis is Travis already blew up worldwide already. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah.
So let me the question I had was like, basically being all 3. How do you feel it helps, or do you feel it hurts? Do you feel what's the advantage? What's the disadvantage? Do you feel like maybe you should put all your focus into just one thing? Because that was kind of the question I had as I started to do the research for the interview and realizing that you do all 3 at a level where you're getting booked and you're getting recognized for every single thing. So I kind of was wondering, how does it help? How does it hurt?
Well, I think you do everything as much as you can till till one thing dominates and you have no choice but to fall more in that lane.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, it don't harm you at all. It makes you valuable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm too valuable for somebody to get rid of me.
Okay.
Like, why would you fire me?
Yeah.
You feel me? Or why would you not? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna, in the end, even if it did hurt me a little bit, it's gonna hurt you more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do too much. Now, to replace me, you gotta hire 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel
That's
me?
true. And then you could break your own records too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So there's really no way you feel like there's really no disadvantage at all to being all 3 and doing it.
It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How does it hurt to be able to produce your record, make it, and go in the club
And release your record.
and spin it and make it hot your damn self, and you don't owe nobody nothing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That don't hurt at all.
True.
It's actually pretty wonderful.
Yeah. Where the are you do you have like consistent nights that you're DJing now at clubs, and what clubs do you DJ in Houston?
Well, I'm too busy to DJ like I used to anymore because I'm booked too much. I have too much going on. But
Okay.
the only gigs that I be 100% able to commit to is stuff during the week, because the weekends I'm booked too much out of town.
Okay.
So basically, what happens is I'm booked so much out of town. What happens is, if I do take those gigs, like those every week gigs on the weekend, every week I'm gonna have to give it to another DJ anyways, because I'm gone. You feel me? So I can only really commit to stuff during the week.
Okay. Okay. So you were talking about that you get booked every weekend, you're out of town. Where would you say besides Texas are your biggest markets right now? Your biggest?
Colorado. I think Colorado is probably San Antonio.
Okay.
But
Outside of Texas.
Colorado. I don't care what nobody say. Colorado, dog.
Yeah.
When I every time like I've been on like 3 tours where we've been in Colorado, and every time when I walk out on the stage, I hear the people screaming my name. I hear them like knowing who I am. Like when I walk out, they just get to going crazy. You know what I'm saying? More than any place that I've ever.
Okay.
You know
Well, that's weird. I thought you were gonna say
anyway.
like, I was expecting something like Atlanta or something like that, like something close by, something.
Nah,
that's
Colorado.
Crazy. Colorado, that's crazy.
Places like that, they support you more. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You know how urban markets is.
Yeah.
If they feel like you shining more than them, they don't want to support you.
Okay.
Now, if you're not doing as good as them, they'll support you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you signed with LMG, right? Can you talk to us about how that came about and how you linked up with Kirko and signed with LMG?
Well,
and what does LMG stand for? I've always wondered. I never ever knew, and nobody's ever said.
Lone Star Music Group.
Okay, all right.
It stands for Lone Star Music Group.
Okay.
And how I ended up signing with LMG. Just for the record, though, I'm not signed with LMG anymore.
Oh, you're not?
Nah,
Oh.
our contract over. We're done.
Oh.
But how I signed with LMG is, was basically through Kirko. Me and Kirko, you know what I'm saying? We was cool. We was just partners at first. You know what I'm saying? Just through the music and shit. He started fucking with me and just started respecting me. He was just like, man, your shit is jam, your shit hard. But I seen Kirko was about to go on tour. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, bro, you need to take me on tour with you, bro. Ain't none of these niggas, I was like, man, bro, ain't none of these niggas gonna be able to do what I do. You already know, nigga. You come to this club every week, nigga. You see me rock this hoe with my shirt off, bitch. I'm jumping off the tables, everything, bitch. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk was just like, man, we got somebody, but I'm gonna see what's up. I was like, bet. So maybe about 3-4 days later, he just hit me and was like, hey, you still want to go on tour with me? And I was like, hell yeah, bitch, I want to go on tour with you. Nigga, I'm just to rock this bitch. That's all I'm thinking, you feel me? Like, I'm thinking, like, boy, I'm about to smash this hoe. So that's originally how we got linked up and tight like this. You know what I'm saying? And just over time, maybe a month within, You know what I'm saying? He started coming in. They started coming at me with the whole. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do more with me. You know what I'm saying? On the artist side. You know what I'm saying? They like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? My song was taking off, but Off the Lot wasn't even there yet. It was just the How We Do record I was telling you about.
Okay.
That was taking off.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that was like Kirko. That was like Kirko's favorite song at the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was just like, man, bro, dog, I want you to sign with LMG, bro. I want to sign you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, I believe, nigga, we can make you the biggest shit out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And at first, I was just like, me as an artist, I was thinking like, cause I wasn't really no artist. Remember that I only made like two songs at that time.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was really halfway fucked up. I was like, y'all want to sign me as an artist? You know what I'm saying? I halfway couldn't believe this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we ended up doing that whole thing. And then that's when Off the Lot came. When Off the Lot came, and everybody was just like, bro, that's it. And then shit, we took Off the Lot to the next level, and that bitch took off.
Oh, wow, okay. That's crazy, like, how he... But, yeah, that's crazy that like, that goes to show that you got to go after what you want. Because you hit up Kirko, right? Is what I'm understanding. You said, I want to go on tour with you.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, you got to go after what you want. And you can't wait for nobody to ask you.
You can't wait, bro.
You got to go for what you... I like that. So, and then that's cool how he actually returned the call. Because, you know, a lot of people, they be like, oh, yeah, we'll get back with him. And then...
never do.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to happen for something for All for the Culture where something like that happens with us. But that's crazy how that came together. I didn't know that he was a label owner. I thought he was signed to LMG, but I didn't know he was also part owner of the label.
Well, they him and his manager D Will
they own it together.
Yeah, they you know what I'm saying, they own it together.
We trying to get him on the show. We've talked to him a couple times, and you know we've tried to work something out. Hopefully we can, because he is honestly, out of probably all the new H-Town rappers, I felt like he was the one that broke the door down before, like, and put us kind of back on a national spotlight with the What Your Name Is and Drinking My Cup.
Drinking My Cup.
He kind of put me on, and I just kind of love those kind of records. That he became one of my favorite artists.
He brought us back.
Yeah.
The only thing is just when he brought us back and the door was open. You know, when he had that record with Meek and performing at the awards and shit, nobody else bust in. Yeah. Nobody else came in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing.
Yeah.
But nobody else came in, you know what I'm saying, within that to give us somebody else going.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sauce came a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, Sauce and them came later and they opened it back up. They brought the attention back down here.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But we need somebody. Yeah. We need, you know what I'm saying, one of these labels, or we need somebody to help somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody got to help.
I think, I have a question, and it's about, you know, since you were part of LMG, you might know the answer. During that time of Drinking My Cup and from now, there's not been like that full album release from Kirko yet.
Yeah, he hasn't dropped the album yet.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm not sure. I mean, everybody, you know, kind of still want to know that. But I mean, you know, everybody had their reasons. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about Pulled Off the Lot. That I really love that song. I love the beat. You produced the beat yourself.
Yes, sir.
And so I think that's kind of what is my favorite part of the song. To be honest with you, is the beat and the chorus and just the feel. You know, it gives you like a good feel, especially when you in your car. So tell me how that record came together. How you collab with RZA and Sosa Man. How y'all came up with the record and everything like that.
Man, that song was an accident, bro. I'm be real with you. It was an accident. I was in the studio and, you know, I was working on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Me and Rizzo was in there that day. But it was really an accident. Like, we was vibing and Rizzo had started mumbling something. Yeah. And I was like, man, hell no, that ain't it. I was like, that ain't it. And I was vibing. I was like, hold on, we got to say something like this. We got to say, hold on. And I just started, I don't know, something came. I just was like, I just pulled out the line. I just started singing that shit. Yeah. And I don't know, nigga. I was just like, what the fuck? It was halfway kind of funny. We were just like, yeah, that's it, nigga, that's it. And I just went in there and said that shit. It was really some, like, bro, that shit came from being in the studio 10, 12, 13 hours, nigga, on that fucking liquor and food and just sleeping and waking up and just having a good time in the studio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just came. I think the beat was so groovy, like
Yeah.
I felt like I don't know. I felt not playful, but I felt just like on some fun shit, on some whatever. Like I just felt like it didn't matter.
Yeah. Did you make the beat right before y'all made the record, or you
Yeah,
had that
I did
beat?
it all, everything I did right there on the spot. I sat there,
okay.
and I made the beat, and that bitch was playing, and I got up and we was vibing. We got our shirts off in that motherfucker. We just going, and you know what I'm saying. And then I just started mumbling that shit out loud, and them niggas was like, "Man, that shit kind of hard."
Yeah.
Nigga, and I went and said that shit, and shit, we got out the lot.
Okay. What's the future for you as far as in all three, in producing? Well, actually, before I ask you that, let me ask you something else. On average, how long does it take you to make a beat? On average, what would you say?
No more than 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. I thought you were gonna say.
I think the fastest beat I ever made, and like a song actually came from it,
Yeah.
was probably like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I seen Beat King on Instagram one time make a beat in a minute or something like that. Like
Yeah,
a quick
but-
beat in like a minute, you know?
But he already had everything programmed.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He just had
Yeah.
everything programmed, and he went and played. He already knew what he was gonna
Yeah.
play. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
And then he like, there go a minute beat, but he really already had a program. I'm talking about you press new session,
Yeah.
nigga, and it ain't nothing now, nigga. You gotta create right now, nigga. You gotta go. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh. So wow, I thought you were gonna say like an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Wow.
Hell no, I ain't never took an hour to make nothing.
So then, let me ask you something. If you start and you make the beat, then how long is it taking you to finish the full song? And make the rap too.
I think it just
Just to go
depends
one
how
step
deep
further.
I'm getting.
Yeah.
If I'm getting personal,
Okay.
like if I'm getting personal about my life and shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit be kind of touchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that shit take a little longer because, you know, you got to dig deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's some shit that's more like a club record or something, I a nigga can really go in there and say whatever. We in the clubs every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? So it just depends on what type of song I'm making.
How did that come about? How did you construct that?
How we do?
How did that come about?
Man, I don't know, bro. I was in the lab, just late nights. I'm telling you, bro, all this stuff was just late nights and alcohol.
Okay.
I promise you, bro, it's late
Yeah.
night. Because you got to think, like I told you, bro, I was never an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I only started really doing it just because, honestly, people just felt like my music would be hard. They just was like, man, I think you'll make some dope music. And, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the rappers was taking my beats and was recording off of them, but they wasn't putting it out.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I started making my own music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I put my own shit up.
So, as far as the future and the goals for you, what do you want to see happen in all three aspects of your career? Which is crazy for me to even say all three aspects because you don't meet too many people that do all three. So, in all three aspects, where do you want to see each take off and progress? And have you had any offers from major labels yet? Like, have any major labels reached out to you?
Every label in the country, my brother.
Really? Okay.
Every label in the country has tried to sign me.
Okay, and would you want to stay independent, or you?
I mean,
or
it's
you
not
wanna sign a
that. It's
major
just.
deal, or?
It's not that. It's just when you sign, you gotta just sign the right deal.
Yeah. Okay. So you do want to sign a deal? It's just.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
If somebody offered me $10 million right now to sign with them,
Yeah.
as long as it's not no reverse shit where I just lose everything or some shit, I'm signing.
Yeah.
That's called a life-changing moment.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Like, when as a rapper in the new era with iTunes and YouTube and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You just said every label approached you. Are all labels nowadays come with 360s?
I don't think.
Does like a regular?
Nah, every label. Look, this the thing. Every label is not gonna just come straight to you with a 360, but it's about how much leverage do you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
you haven't did anything, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You expect them to just give you the same deal they give Lil Wayne?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm just speaking like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what
Yeah.
people think, that they supposed to get the same deal Drake got or the same deal. And
Yeah.
and really, honestly, most everybody's deal is not what people think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we all know what Lil Wayne going through right now.
Yeah.
That means his deal wasn't that good.
Yeah, true.
You feel
True
me?
that, true, yeah, true.
So
true.
it's just saying,
very
people
true.
think you're supposed to, thinking that it's supposed to be this, you know what I'm saying, this super, but it ain't like that.
Okay.
You gotta give to get. You feel me?
Yeah. So as far as producing and rapping, where do you wanna take this? Where do you wanna see yourself? Where do you wanna see yourself in the next 10 years? Where do you see DJ XO or XO or
In 10 years, let me see. I'll be probably shooting a video on a mountain with probably like 13 platinum albums, probably.
okay? And if you could work with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Michael Jackson.
Okay, and
Cause for sure that hoe going platinum. It don't matter. I'm gonna for sure have a plaque on my wall. Period.
so
I know that the song can suck, and I'm gonna make money, regardless. And it's gonna be at least 5 million people out there that love it. So when I tour, I'm still gonna have sold out shows
I like that.
for the rest of my life.
And alive, who are the artists out there that you
Drake.
Drake.
Easy. It's easy.
That's
easy. That's the easiest question
That's easy.
I've ever been asked.
That's the one thing you want. That's one feature
That's
you want.
easy.
Yeah.
Like,
same thing as
I
what you
work
said
with
with like
Drake.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Same
work
thing,
with
same,
Drake.
Same thing. Okay. All right, man.
That's easy. That's
So-
super easy.
All right, man. So I appreciate you coming in today. I think that this was like one of our dopest interviews because we got to talk about real technical stuff, and I hope kids out there who are watching see and realize that you can do all three.
Yes, sir.
It's possible. It's not too much work. It's possible. It's doable. You could do whatever you want to do in life. You don't have to just stop at one thing. And so that's why I really wanted to get you in here to let people know in the culture that, hey, you don't got to do just one thing. You know what I'm saying? You could do multiple hustles. There's enough
you can
time
do
in the
whatever
day.
you want.
Yeah. Enough
I'm
time.
a witness.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming in today. And thank you for the
baby.
interview, man.
Anytime, baby.
Thank you for being so open and honest, man. I appreciate it.
You gotta be, man. The people respect that, and they'll love you forever. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. We out, and you can check us out at www.all4theculture.com and at Hip Hop Handicap on Twitter and Instagram, and at All for the Culture Show is the our show's Instagram, and you can hit me up on Snapchat at Hip Hop Handicap. Shout out what's all your social medias? Give them all
Man, if you need to get in touch
with
with me, man, you can go on my Instagram at DJXO_. You know what I'm saying? Twitter at XO on the beat. Either one, holla at your boy.